You're scrolling through old photos on your phone. A birthday party from 5 years ago. A road trip with friends who don't talk to you anymore. A summer that felt endless. You smile for a second, then something tightens in your chest. The happiness doesn't feel warm, it feels heavy, like holding something beautiful that's already dead. You close the app, but the feeling stays. You tell yourself you're being dramatic, that you should be grateful you had those moments at all. But here's the truth nobody says out loud. Happy memories don't comfort you. They haunt you. And the reason has nothing to do with you being too sensitive. It has everything to do with survival. But the real reason is stranger than you think. Nostalgia right arrow threat detection. A happy memory isn't stored in your mind like a gift. It's stored like a file, evidence. Your brain doesn't keep memories to make you happy. It keeps memories to keep you alive. Every memory is a reference point. Your brain compares your past to your present all the time. Quietly, automatically, it scans for one thing: change. And change, to an ancient nervous system, often meant danger. So when your present doesn't match the safety of your past, the closeness, the belonging, the feeling of being held by life, your brain doesn't call that sad. It flags it. Something is missing, something important. That tightness in your chest when you remember the good times, that isn't weakness. That's an alarm. The alarm has an evolutionary job. 50,000 years ago, feeling worse than before wasn't just an emotion, it was information. If the watering hole dried up, you needed to notice. Not tomorrow, now. If your tribe got smaller, you needed to feel the absence. Because fewer people meant fewer eyes watching the dark, fewer hands to carry food, less protection if the night turned violent. If the shelter you relied on was gone, your body needed to push you to move, to find a new one before weather, before hunger, before predators. Comfort in the past meant one thing: you survived there. So if your present started to feel colder than your past, lonelier than your past, more unstable than your past, your ancient brain translated it as decline, as risk, and it punished you for ignoring it, not because it hates you, because pain creates motion. The pain isn't a bug, it's the system doing its job. Your ancestors who felt that sting went looking. They found the tribe again. They rebuilt safety. They chased connection before it was too late. The ones who didn't feel it, they stayed still while life slipped away from them. You come from the people who couldn't ignore the gap between then and now. The better it was, the worse it hurts. Here's the part that breaks people. The better the memory, the sharper the ache. Because your brain doesn't measure happiness. It measures contrast. A perfect childhood can make an average adulthood feel unbearable. Not because adulthood is ruined, because the contrast is brutal. A deep friendship can make quiet loneliness feel like a threat. Not because you're dramatic, because belonging used to be protection. A summer where you felt fully alive can make every winter after it feel like you're slowly disappearing. Your suffering isn't always caused by the present being terrible. Sometimes it's caused by the past being too bright. And the brighter it was, the darker everything else seems by comparison. Counterintuitive core truth. Nostalgia isn't love for the past. It's a survival warning about the present. Why you can't just let go. You've been told to let go, to live in the present, to stop looking backward. But memory isn't a switch you control. It's a system that runs. And when it runs, it doesn't ask permission. When you remember something good, your brain reactivates parts of the same circuitry. Enough to make it feel close. Enough to make it feel real. Your body responds, a soft warmth, a flicker of joy. Then the second wave hits, because another part of you knows the moment is gone, so you feel two things at once: the gift and the loss. Some psychologists call this anticipatory nostalgia, but you don't need the label to know the experience. You can't selectively remember. You can't choose to feel only the warmth and not the absence. That's why the happiest memories hurt the most. Not because they were bad, because they were true, and now they're not here. The reframe that removes shame. But here's what almost nobody understands. That pain isn't telling you the past was better. It's telling you something is missing right now. When a happy memory makes you ache, your brain isn't saying go back. It's saying, look, you used to have something your nervous system recognizes as vital: safety, belonging, aliveness, play, connection, not the exact party, not the exact friends, not the same road trip, the feeling underneath it, the signal. Your nostalgia is a compass. It doesn't point to a time, it points to a need. Most people hear the ache and assume it means loss forever. But the ache is often simpler than that. It means the present is incomplete. Your brain is trying to tell you, you felt this kind of alive before, which means your system still knows the shape of it. It knows what it's looking for, and it won't stop signaling until you stop ignoring the message. Echo ending. You're scrolling through old photos on your phone. A birthday party from 5 years ago. A road trip with friends who don't talk to you anymore. A summer that felt endless. This time you don't smile, you just notice what happens inside you, the tightness, the weight, and you finally understand what you're feeling. You're not mourning the past. You're mourning the gap between who you were when you felt that free and who you became when you learned to survive by going numb. The memory isn't the problem. It's the reminder that you once knew what it felt like to be fully alive. And somewhere along the way, you stopped living like someone who expects life to return that feeling. Your brain didn't forget. It remembers, and it keeps hurting you for the same reason it always has, not to punish you, to move you.
If this changed how you see yourself, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Your presence here means a lot to me. See you in the next one. Goodbye.